Hey everybody, it's Monday night. Monday Night Raw just finished. We're pretty much time LJ tonight.
Yeah. Yes.
We're only 3 minutes late.
We're still, Raw. It's not our fault. Raw likes to change when time they finish. So this week was pretty good timing. 10:19. It was around Eastern.
I was gonna say to you, you know what, LJ? If they keep doing the 7:19, 7:20, we're good.
Yeah, the 10:30 was good.
Like, I just didn't know if it would be like changing up. I am so happy. The ending of this tonight, we're going to go over everything. There's a lot of wrestling news to cover.
Yeah.
I have lots of stuff to discuss with you because we haven't really had the whole lowdown.
Yeah.
Now, you sound terrible. You have a little cold.
It's okay. I got my ginger ale.
Ginger ale?
Yeah.
Does that help?
And Mucinex. Those are the two things that got me through today.
Ginger ale, vodka, and Mucinex?
Yeah, there was a little bit of that. A little espresso martini on Valentine's Day.
I see. How was your Valentine's Day?
It was very good. It was good. We went to a really nice restaurant, and the food was worth the expensiveness it was, but it was worth it. It was very good. And down the shore in New Jersey.
Is it nice there?
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. It was like, if it was obviously nicer out, the outside part would have been open, but it was on the beach, basically.
Very cool. Well, I did nothing, but there you go. Nothing exciting to report on this end. So there we go.
Oh,
I got a balloon and I got a balloon and I made an Instagram story. That's what I did.
That sounds like a good day. It sounds like a nice cheap day too. I wore these today.
I hate the Lakers, but thank you. I'm Golden State.
Yeah.
Okay. So everybody, I was really, 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 it was getting like, it was 7 o'clock here, 10 o'clock Eastern. I'm watching the last match of the night, Gunther, Javon Evans, and Dominic Mysterio. And I'm praying to God, and I'm like, they're never going to do it. They're never going to do it. It's going to be Gunther because they're so lame. They have to have the same people in there. And then I thought, it was getting good at the end. And then Dragon Lee comes out of nowhere. And then there's the hammer thing. And I'm like, I need Gunther out of this. And I was just so happy that it was Javon. I wanted Dom or Javon. I'd be fine with either of them.
Yeah.
But it was nice because it would have been so predictable. Everything's been so predictable. What did you think of Javon getting the nod to go to Elimination Chamber? I'm happy.
Yeah, I was extremely happy because I did not feel like, they're making Gunther to be this really big character, and I did not feel like he really had, even if he won today, I didn't think he really had a path at winning the chamber. That's not like where they're going with him right now. So I really didn't think it made sense with the character they're trying to tell with him to lose in the chamber, which would have had to happen if he didn't end up winning the whole thing. So I was really glad that they had him lose today, and I'm kind of intrigued by the Dragon Lee storyline. I think it's different. I think it's fresh. I'm glad it's not just like another retirement angle. I kind of like that he helped Javon Evans win, and I thought Dom had a really good performance too. And I think as a whole, I actually really enjoyed the Raw today, and I thought that it set up a lot of new things and a lot of fresh stories, which I really enjoyed. And I thought the ending was honestly the best part of it, but leading up to it was kind of it was new things we haven't seen in a while.
There were some new things, there were some boring things, and there were some good,
I thought for a show, you always think that the show before the last show before pay-per-view. So like next week's show is usually going to be the go home show is usually the best one. So the week before that is usually like a throwaway episode where they don't really do much. And I didn't feel like that at all today. It felt like it continued every story on the show.
It didn't. But before we go past bouncy, we do need to talk about the bouncy thing that happened today.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the setup. Kevin Nash, who I've liked for a very long time. He did my doggy bowl thing in WCW. He was amazing. But he did come on his talk show, and he did say about Javon Evans, he's an incredible athlete. He's a little bit too effing Mr. Bojangles for me. I wish he was a little more urban. I understand it's Netflix, I understand there's a big effing world out there besides the one effing 66-year-old Detroit boy Kevin Nash wants, but I just want him to have a little bit of an edge. And then he goes, if he's not going to have an edge, then he knows he needs how to throw. He needs how to throw. He can strike. He throws a good punch. Effing take your time and throw a good punch. Maybe put 2 or 3 together. Something when effing you tell me if this shit was real, all the athleticism I have, I can use. Not if this shit was not real, MF. I would cartwheel off your MF body like you would never see. But if he's not going to have an edge, then he knows how to, he can, so he's going on and on about this thing, about, not.
It's complete nonsense.
Ruiz, please tell me what you think about this, because I really like a Javon, and but I didn't have time, but I would love to play on the show my interview with Javon, which was like a real quick interview.
Yeah.
On the red carpet at last year's, or the other WrestleMania. He was very fresh and new and excited to be there. I don't get it. I'm sorry.
So, pretty funny story about Javon. Nothing like personal, but one of my favorite YouTubers growing up, he was a wrestling YouTuber. So he made like video game videos of wrestling, whatever. He's one of the bigger wrestling YouTubers. He always said his dream was to wrestle. He ended up starting his own independent company with his other friends that were on YouTube. So other YouTubers started their own wrestling company. And Javon, I went to one of the shows. It was like $10. It was in Jersey like 3 years ago, around there. It was in New Jersey, and Javon was on the show, like on their mid card, like literally on their mid card, and he ended up blowing up there. And then like a year later, I see him in the WWE. He got called up like right away. So that's why I really, really like watching him, because I literally saw him when he was literally in front of there was like 600 people there at the show, and now he's about to be in the Elimination Chamber, which I think is pretty cool. So I think that everything that Kevin Nash said, I just completely disagree with, because I think it's complete bullshit.
Do we need him to be like? I just didn't understand why he had
the thing that I try to understand about that, it's like kind of similar. No, I think it was way blown out of proportion with like he didn't have to go that far and say the things he had to say. What I kind of understood from it.
Sorry to interrupt you, but
yeah.
Also, when I actually watched the snippet,
yeah,
it didn't feel as bad as it would.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, what I'm getting from it, it feels like he's trying to kind of say that he needs more of a character, and that he just feels like those like that happy-go-lucky guy. And he doesn't really talk much on the mic. Like that's what he sounds like a little bit, but he just went a little crazy with the words he said, and like, was it really needed?
I mean, Mr. Bojangles for me. Are you?
Yeah, like what does that even mean? Like I don't even get that.
I mean, I don't know, because it's too. I know. Then I'm thinking he thinks it's too. I'm gonna do a show and I'm put on a show, instead of like feeling like, even though this was all fake, that when he's in a fight, he really feels like you could feel him, like he could hold his own in a fight.
Yeah. It just sounds like one of those old wrestling guys that.
But it's stuff like that that I want to say, you're screwing this up, and he'll end up going to AEW, where they all fly all over the place.
Yeah.
And become the champion. Like,
but see, that's why I think it works. That's why I think it works in the WWE, because he's like the only guy that really does it right now. Like there's not many other guys that do any of his moves that can even do any of them anyway.
How is the height?
Or what about when he did that corkscrew kick thing, but he didn't even do it off of the rope, and he spun like 4 times. I don't even. It doesn't even make sense how he does the moves he does. Him and Dragon Lee are both crazy.
Dragon Lee, great. And speaking of Logan Paul, I mean, let's just all take a minute here. I really believe this.
He does everything.
Not only does he do everything, he's so effing smart.
Yeah.
Like, we're all dumb. He's really smart.
Yeah.
So last night he sells the card. What was it?
So he bought the rarest Pokemon card ever made for a record world record $5 million around there.
And then it got off.
He's had it for like 3 years. He's promoted it, did an auction, finally gave it up after 3 years, and he sold it for
$600
$6
million.
No, it was like $16 million. So he bought it for 5 and sold it for 16 off a little card. And he also announced on his live stream yesterday that he's starting his own like Pokemon trading card company with a bunch of like investors and stuff.
Of course. And then he comes out. I thought it was brilliant that in the entrance tonight he worked in like, I sold the damn, like, you know, I thought great.
He's the best part.
My point to you was, wouldn't it be amazing to see Javon Evans and Logan Paul in a match?
Yeah, I think that's honestly might be something we get hopefully soon, because that would be a really good match. And just about Logan Paul, I think that no matter what you feel or think about like his anything else, like I think he's gotten crazy good on the mic. He's like perfectly normal, like good at it now. And even when like today when he's about to get stomped by the masked man, like he's really like you know, like some guys will be like waiting for the guy to come because he knows he's coming. Yeah. He fully stares at Michael Cole. He doesn't look up once, and he sells it. It's great. And I saw another rumor today about the masked man, which I thought was funny, and it would enhance what you think is going to happen. People are now saying, because they've hit Logan Paul twice, that it's Bad Bunny. That maybe like they're saying that it's probably a stand-in now.
Oh,
but they're trying to make it seem like it's like at the end it's going to be him because he stopped him twice and costed them the championship like shot 3 times.
I love that.
It's not a bad idea if they do go with it at the end.
I guess the one thing I'm maybe confused about in the timeline, the last stomp before tonight was Logan or on Austin Theory?
It was Logan, then Theory, and then Logan again.
So Logan, Theory, and Logan today.
Yeah.
And you don't think it's Grayson Waller?
I think I don't think it's him. I think they'd be too stupid to make that the big reveal.
Look at this, everybody. Here it is. Who is it?
No idea. First of all, it looks like his foot is through his head.
I mean, this is what was captured on social media. I'm like, it looks like he's literally getting through his head.
But I'm liking this. I'm liking the masked man thing. I think I kind of like it.
Do you think Heyman's in on it?
People have speculated that it's.
I'm telling you why, because the way he did his thing. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, show yourself. It just felt a little fake. But
do you think if it was Heyman, like it would be a little old with like another heel turn, or he just always does that? Like,
if I was Heyman, quite frankly, with this bunch of dorks at this point.
My thing is like it really is confusing for the storyline. Like the only confusing thing about this storyline with the masked man is like who is big enough to drag this on this long and then do the reveal and then like actually get a pop. Like I don't know who they think it is. Like it's like that popular to like get a pop like that. Like it feels like if it's just Seth Rollins, it's gonna be like, oh.
Yeah, but is this really a person or some Joe Blow in the back?
You know what I also wouldn't mind? I wouldn't mind if it's multiple people and they all come out. It's like been different people every time and they come out together like and make a faction.
That's a vision.
I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't mind that at all.
You're like, I stomped you, he stomped you.
Yeah, like it's been different people. They just look very similar. Like something like that would be cool.
Helena said Logan Paul is slowly growing on me. I'm sold on Logan Paul.
I think he's the best part of the division by a lot.
I think without Logan Paul right now, they'd be screwed.
It's boring. It'd be boring.
You have Bronson Reed and Austin Theory. You've got
now with Breaker out,
Breaker's out. Like if Logan Paul was in it, it'd be terrible. I think he ends up in there by default, but I don't think he needs them.
Yeah. I've seen so many videos online of like young kids like meeting Logan Paul and like Logan Paul like doing the autographs and the kids crying and stuff. I think he'd be a great babyface one day if he really went for it. I think people could probably buy it at some point if he feuds with somebody with like a lot of heat, like with somebody that has way more than he does,
like Brock Lesnar.
You know, somebody like somebody that's like gonna get heat on him, away from Logan at least.
We then had. Let's all weigh in on this. What's this?
I know. I was excited to talk about this.
So
So the one thing I'll say first.
Wait, this
Go.
kid, the guy, I was like, he's like, who are you? And he goes, I'm whatever his name is.
Yeah.
This guy killed me. It's like, where did they find him? Is he a writer on the show? Like, so he says, so in the setup, and then I want all of your opinions. In the setup, Adam Pearce tells the guy, send it to Nick, send it to SmackDown.
He goes, let him deal with it.
Let him deal with it. Okay. What do you think's going on here?
So I will say first, you're probably gonna laugh at this, and anybody that's around my age, if you watched wrestling through the rough times of PG era, which is like honestly my like prime, like that's why everybody loves Cena, because that's what it was. Vince McMahon loves a nice stupid angle with like a prop like this. Like Vince McMahon, they did these angles all the time with like, oh, what is this? Somebody's coming out of a box or under the ring, or remember McMahon's golden egg that he had? Do you remember that?
Yes.
That The Rock gifted him and it ended up being nothing?
I hated it.
So they haven't done that obviously in a long time. So, an angle like this where it was like strictly like a joke and like you're wondering what it is out of a box. But I think the PG era in me like kind of popped for it, and I think I kind of like it because it's kind of a throwback to like what they used to do. Like I like that it's a little silly, and they haven't done something like that in a while.
Do you think it's silly, or is it?
That's what I was gonna ask. Do you think it's gonna? Do you, like for me personally, it feels like it's like I'm immediately first thinking that at Chamber it's gonna be like some type of WWE 2K video game that's coming out in March, like promotion. That's what it feels like to me. Because don't you feel like on the big show, everyone's gonna be watching it. They open it, it's like a prop or like a commercial. I feel like it's gonna be used like in a backstage segment with like the New Day or like Otis. That's what it feels like. I don't see like Chris Jericho popping out of the box.
I was thinking it was going to be something tied to the punk, something with Chicago, punk, something. Or there's somebody in there.
Yeah, like like I don't think it's. I think it's they can't do the Masked Man storyline and this mystery box storyline at the same time. We don't know both.
I would do both. But
X seemed to really, really like it. They thought it was funny, and like now everyone's trying to guess what's in there.
And what do they think?
Well, people are putting like funny answers, which is like I'll send. It would have been funny to get some of the money. Like somebody put like Hornswoggle in there because they think it's tiny.
Yeah, in theory, whatever's in there would have to be stuck in there for weeks.
Yeah, like that's what the storyline is. You know what I mean? That's why it feels like to me it just screams like promotional ad for like.
The 2K,
like Jimmy John's, because they bought like an ad. You know what I mean? Like an ad.
Oh well, wait a minute. So they
or like a big Prime bottle.
They just showed Nick Aldis was in the new 2K game.
So is Adam Pearce.
Oh, I thought maybe Adam Pearce didn't know that he was in it, and that's the surprise.
No, they're both active players in it. You can play both of them, which teases the idea even more that they would fight one day. People think they're going to do a fight, them too.
I mean, they have to.
You know what? Talking about Adam Pearce real quick. You know, I did not realize how long he's been manager for Raw.
I think one of the longest.
I didn't realize the time is so messed up for me. I had no idea he was there during COVID. Like he was the COVID GM. I didn't even realize that.
It was the COVID GM. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Okay. Candace says it's the leg lamp from the Christmas Story. If it's a prop, it would be a letdown. I agree.
Yeah.
And then she mentioned, remember the Undertaker getting a cute puppy from the sealed box. Yes. I hope it's not silly. That's my wish, but
I guess you would have to think that it would have to be something out of it, just because their storyline is that it's in there from Raw to SmackDown to next week and then to Chamber.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Just send it to him. So then he's going to send it to there, and then
I think we'll get a good idea on SmackDown, like what Nick Aldis says, because I think we're gonna get a sense of it's like right now it seems like it's a joke. So it's like if he also jokes about it, then they might get unless it's like.
So we've got that. Then what is this?
I smell it reeks of something getting set up, but he's not actually retired. They never do that.
Retired. I mean, how stupid are we? They're going to do a tribute to AJ Styles.
He's going to come out.
And he's going to come out, and it's going to either someone's going to do something or he's going to be, I'm not retiring.
It just, to me, I guarantee you, I would bet you money. I'm not saying exactly who it is, but it's going to be some variation of Styles coming out and Gunther or somebody coming out interrupting him, and then they're going to be like, no, whatever. And then he's going to still be on the roster.
It's going to be somebody to upset him, and then he's going to say, I'm not leaving. And maybe it wouldn't be Gunther. Maybe
because they never do this. You know what I mean? They never do this. If a guy's actually retired.
When did they? So did they all decide? Right, you're supposed to let us.
So what I did read from like pretty reliable sources on like wrestling Patreon and stuff. The real thing is that people are saying that Styles it was a strictly a contract dispute, and there was no plans of him retiring this early, and they couldn't come to an agreement, so they kind of had to write him off, and then with the hopes of while he was still on contract, getting renewed. Maybe they reached an agreement in the last few weeks, and they're gonna try to piggyback off of it because it doesn't. They reference him so much on Raw, like when guys they've barely mentioned Cena since he's been gone because he's retiring. So it doesn't seem like he's gonna be coming out there for cries.
So how
unless he announces he's going to TNA, which people are saying online. So
you're gonna bring everybody out to say goodbye.
He's like, I'm retired, but I'm going to TNA. He could do that.
Somebody's gonna do something, and he's gonna look at Adam Pearce and go,
it's gotta be somebody that gives him a big heel, like a big crowd reaction, I feel like.
But I'm saying he's gonna have to go to somebody in authority and say, reinstate me, I'm unretiring. The thing can't hold up.
In his hometown, it's I feel like it's so smart. If that's what it is, but I feel like I can almost guarantee you it is.
I'm sure it is. And I like AJ Styles, but I don't like when they do this stuff. No, you know what I mean? Like, I don't love it. Then your girl, Liv Morgan.
Yep.
She has a backstage thing with which was funny, but the funny one to me in this was Dominic.
Yeah.
Cracked me up. And Stephanie Becerra comes in and starts rambling at her in Spanish, and she doesn't understand it. So he's trying to say it, and it's making no sense. My question for you is, did you understand what Stephanie Becerra said in Spanish?
No, it's too fast.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I can't even attempt to.
So is she doing it extra fast, or would somebody understand it? Because
I think someone from like where she's from would understand. It's just very different. It's very, very different. Yeah, it's very different style. You know what I mean? It's very different pronunciations too.
Did you understand anything Dominic said?
Dominic was like reciting it, but I don't know if he was reciting it the right way.
He wasn't. He was because it was funny.
Yeah.
I still think he's the best one of the whole group there.
Yeah, I think like the reason I like this Raw today about like talking about that was I think everything flowed really well and everything went in order really well. I liked even the backstage segments, and then this one came up and I thought it was hilarious. Like sometimes these are stupid, but I thought it was pretty funny, and like she's gonna pick Stephanie. I feel like it's almost guaranteed.
But let's just set this up. She came out and went, I'm not picking anyone right now.
Yeah.
Right? And then Stephanie comes and just goes, bleh.
Yeah.
And then later, Raquel is backstage with Dom and Liv. That still is weird to me. They've got to get them against each other.
Yeah.
So where are we seeing that?
You're saying Liv and Raquel, you're saying? Yeah. I think that's gonna be Liv's first feud after she wins the title at Mania off Stephanie.
Okay. Now we need to, because of this, so LJ and I were communicating, texting, and Bianca sends out this. This was yesterday. So she had finger surgery today. And the EST is so great. And can I just say what's so great about the EST? You guys realize she makes her own outfits, right?
Every single detail.
You do not think that that's, come on, whether you like her or not.
Yeah, no,
come on. You
I
got
would
to
stand. I would stand no chance.
come on.
Also,
So-
her and Montez Ford had a bombshell of a picture this week on Instagram. I don't know if you saw it.
I saw
it. It was crazy.
Okay, so let me just, for the purpose of our discussion, this is what it said. Bianca, and I think you know this, Bianca suffered the injury while competing in a highly acclaimed triple threat match against Rhea Ripley and Io Sky.
When was this again?
She explained in last November, that the injury occurred when Rhea landed on my hand and crushed everything in my finger. So she also detailed why her recovery hasn't been simple. So I broke my knuckle, which is not my finger, and I broke my knuckle joint. It's not something I thought was going to be very straightforward, 8 to 12 weeks. It's almost been 6 months. And the report said it was broken in 3 places, making the recovery far more complicated than a routine fracture. Belair's surgery is likely to have her sidelined during the road to WrestleMania, which is scheduled for April 18th and 19th, which, while she will continue to be missed by fans, there is hope that her procedure is the next step forward to getting her back in the ring and fully recovered. Did you take a good look at her finger? I did. I watched one of these interviews there, and it doesn't look right.
It doesn't sound like she's going to be ready for Mania, so I don't know where they're going to go with Jade. I really don't. It seems like she's not even close to coming back. So
how could she? If she has surgery today.
Yeah. You need a recovery.
We're in the middle of February, right?
Yeah.
So that's 2 months.
No, yeah, she literally can't. She literally can't because she's not going to be back by Chamber, obviously. So
I know she could come back and kick somebody as long as she doesn't use her hand.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like. I think they're gonna have to pivot, and I don't know where. I'm honestly pretty intrigued to see where they pivot to.
I am really bummed, and I really love her, and this sucks because all my people are taken out. I got no Seth. I got no Becky. Braun's out. I think Braun will be back. Wait. Everyone was looking at her stomach to see if Bianca was pregnant.
Oh yeah, in the picture, people were speculating.
Do we think that's it? Broken. My cousin has done, and this is what she said. What did she say? Oh, here we go. 4 to 6 weeks for most simple fractures. 6 to 8 weeks if the break is more severe. 3 months for full strength. I'm telling you guys, I don't think Bianca's going to be back.
Yeah.
I'm thinking 3 months.
Yeah, I mean, and it just wouldn't. Even if she was back in 8 weeks, you can't create a storyline that fast for a Mania match.
Literally, Rhea fell on her hand?
Yeah, I saw it the other day. They were talking about it online, so I saw the video. I saw the video. They had it like zoomed in. She like did a backflip and just landed her like one of her body parts landed straight on her arm, on her finger.
I mean, do you guys realize this is really botched? We've got Naomi out.
Yeah.
We've got Bianca out.
Jade's having one of the worst title runs ever because they have no one. But it's not even her fault. They have no one to put her against.
I feel bad for Jade.
Yeah, I don't blame her because she had a great match on Friday.
I feel bad for Jade. She's got no opponents.
Yeah, SmackDown is like a graveyard for these women's wrestlers, but they're too. They can't put Chelsea Green. Now she look what happens. And now she broke her ankle. I just realized it's another person that's out. So I don't even. That woman's chamber is gonna suck.
And wait a minute, how did Chelsea break her? How it happened?
On the drop kick on SmackDown a couple of weeks ago.
That's right.
Yeah.
Poor Chelsea.
You know what I'm starting to think? Yeah, I know. Every. You know what I'm starting to think? I'm starting to think that they might go with. If they want to delay, because let's say the plan, like loose plan, was Bianca Jade, and they obviously can't do that, so they have to pivot now, and they're not really setting up a storyline with anybody for Jade until the winner of the Chamber. Let's say hypothetically Liv picks Stephanie. I think I wouldn't even mind a Raquel Chamber win, and they both are champion. I think that'd be awesome.
We've both been champs.
Like Raquel goes against Jade and Liv goes against Stephanie. If you have to pivot, you know what I mean? That'd be a cool storyline.
Oh no, this is an interesting idea. Yes, we do
Yeah.
need Britt Baker. I love Britt Baker. What
Honestly,
is
they need it. Honestly, they could use her now.
Kalina? You are right. I think it's now time.
Yeah, if they were ever going to do it. I don't know if she's
Well,
free or I don't know.
What is the issue?
I don't even know if she's a free agent. I don't even know like if that's even like Googleable.
I mean, Googleable. Okay, CM Punk comes out.
Wow, I did not realize that she has been off TV since November 2024.
Yeah, so I'm saying.
That's so long. That's 2 years almost.
Right. Why would Britt Baker? So we had Britt Baker was the queen of AEW,
Yeah.
like ran the women's division.
Yeah.
We love Britt Baker. She then gets involved with Adam Cole. Then Adam Cole has the thing with the head.
Yeah.
And we feel so bad for them. And she took care of him. Then they break up. Then there's something going on with Tony Khan and Britt Baker, like that fell apart.
Yeah.
And she's I think she said she wants to wrestle again.
No, Paige has also been training too. And I've heard there's interest there.
Soraya, yeah. Well, I think Britt Baker's a better wrestler.
So do I. I think Britt Baker would actually do very well in WWE. I think she'd be a perfect match for some of the people that SmackDown's weak right now. They really need some more people. Unless they just start calling, unless they go like Lash Legend versus Jade or something like that, and they want to give her the rub.
We need Naomi and we need Bianca. I'm sorry.
Soon, yeah.
Really do. Does anyone know how any updates? I've been worried about my girl Naomi. Do we know if she's okay?
I have not seen anything. I guess if we haven't seen anything, she's okay.
And Jimmy's there tonight.
Yeah, Jimmy's been back for a couple of weeks now, which makes you think he would be home if it was more dangerous or serious.
I just want her to have the baby.
Yeah.
Okay, so CM Punk, he comes out, has this big thing, all the bravura. I do like that he wears the belt around his waist. I don't know why people have a problem with it.
I love it. I love it. It's so old school.
It's so old school. It's so perfect.
People have such a big problem with it. I love it. I think it's such a classic look.
I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
And I think, and what I love about it is, this is the guy that was the rebel, the anti this, the anti that, and yet he's a traditionalist when it comes to wrestling and he honors everybody.
Yeah.
And wears the belt, and I think that's amazing.
Yeah. Dom also wears it around his waist too,
which I think is great. I think
he wears both. He has the stomach and the waist.
Are we wearing the belt? What's the point? Is it supposed to do that? Was it meant to like? So CM Punk comes out, does his thing, and Finn Balor comes out, and I actually think Finn Balor's promo won the night for me, and kind of just like what he said.
Yeah.
And then you had frickin' Frack behind him.
Yeah. I like that they're leaning into the Punk trying to get him out of the Judgment Day. Like they're trying to turn him face, which I think is going to happen soon. It just sucks that I am really intrigued by this match, and I'm very happy to see it in person as I'm going. But I just obviously he's not gonna win. It's not gonna happen, and it sucks because I really want him to be.
Well, I mean, if they weren't so desperate to sell tickets, why the hell?
Which they are.
Didn't you wait?
Yeah.
To say Roman was going against Punk.
Yeah.
After this was do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You literally leave it with no way for him to win.
Yeah.
But what I do think would be interesting is if this is leading up to a face turn.
What if it's a Dom screws Finn?
Yes.
At Chamber or JD, you know what I mean? That'd be really, really good.
Where I was going with this that I wanted to talk to you about was he comes into the match. He's obviously going to be the villain in Punk in Chicago. We're going to be hating on Balor.
Yeah.
But the joke of the whole thing is whatever the outcome, Judgment Day somehow either beats him up afterwards, after he's lost.
Yeah.
Costs him the victory. Something goes on. And that has to be the end of it.
That's the only way this little mini match in between would be beneficial, is that that's what it created, was the turn of Judgment Day. Because if you're gonna do it now. You know what I mean? Do it. Just have that match and do the Dom Finn match at Mania.
He's kind of irrelevant with Judgment Day, Finn Balor. He's not running the show like he was. So can we get him out of there? Maybe Priest comes who has no story and comes to help, because he's been useless.
Yeah.
Finn being face will be good, but I need more. I know. CM Punk is old school. Yes, we love that. Jade and Lash on paper sounds good, but I don't know if it would be good on screen. I don't know. I think it might look, to Candace's point, my fear with Lash and Jade is the stiffness possible of, like,
you would have to do like a
match. Throw.
It would have to be like a stipulation match, like a table, like an Extreme Rules match, because then you could use all those. It can't just be a traditional like wrestling match if they were to do that.
I mean, I've literally seen both of them, and I love. By the way, this is no thing on Lash Legend. I do like her, but I've seen both of them just kind of like stop, kick, stop.
Yeah,
you know, it just doesn't.
Yeah,
I think because they're big women, like big powerful women. I don't know. I don't know. They're just not.
Yeah, they're not as fluid. Yeah.
Right. So can we talk about AJ Lee? So the music comes on. She comes and does this promo. I don't know how I feel about it. And when I'm kind of like this, and I want all your opinion, you know, I'm kind of like, what is bugging me about this? And it's kind of like, wasn't she the Divas belt holder?
Yeah.
Right? She was talking about the Divas belt and how she broke ground. I don't see her, and I love AJ Lee, but how is she going to be great in this match with Becky Lynch?
Coming from a huge AJ Lee fan, I'm excited I get to watch her. I haven't watched her wrestle in person, I don't think ever once in my life.
Person ever for years.
Yeah. I'm really not interested in this feud. I don't know what it is, but like Becky's promos are starting to suck, and AJ doesn't seem like she can talk on the mic at all. And I'm really today that was the worst part of Raw for me today, was that whole promo weird thing. And I honestly I don't really like what Becky's doing either. She's been great on promos, and her character's been this weird, like, she can't get her sentences out and like laughing and going crazy. I don't know. I'm not buying it. I'm not excited.
Right. So is Becky supposed to be having a breakdown, and that's why she's talking like that?
I don't know. It's weird. I don't like the way it's going. AJ used to be like this person that like didn't care, like didn't give a like F about anybody. And now she's like talking like a school teacher. This is literally how she talks. Like she talks like she's like teaching kids.
Right.
It's weird.
Like, I'm reprimanding you and don't do this. And
it's weird. I'm not buying it.
It really didn't work for me. Sad to say. And I feel like this match, why did we wait so long for this match? We had the intergender match, and then there was no match. And I do want to tell everybody, I'm dovetailing over here, but I'm pulling up AEW Grand Slam, which I watched in full. And I have to say, what a difference. The mixed tornado match, the intergender match, was phenomenal on there, because Wheeler Yuta pile drived Tony Storm in the audience. Like, I wanted to see, like, let them. No, it's what it needed to be. Yeah. I gave big props for that, because when we had Punk and Seth and the girls, nobody really did anything to the girls. And guys, literally, Marina Shafir was like Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw it. It was really good.
Yeah. So you're basically saying, like, where is that in that story?
Why do you have a problem with that in WWE? Like,
why should it matter?
Why do we? It's an intergender match. It was great that, like, they were kicking that, you know, it didn't matter if she was a girl.
Yeah.
And she was going ahead and they would tag in and it'd be guy girl.
That's more of a WWE thing. They've always done that. I know they've had a few exceptions, like when Baron Corbin did the end of days to Becky, which was Becky and Seth actually. Like that was like a crazy moment, and like they used to do it back in the day, but they've steered away from that. But I don't see why, like in a match that heated, it shows how heated it really is, and like Seth gives like a pedigree to AJ or something.
I mean, in this match, at the end of the day, do you know who got their haircut, right?
Who?
Wheeler.
The long hair, right? Yeah.
Right. So at the end of the day, because Tony Storm pinned Wheeler Yuta to win but it's great.
Yeah, I think it's smart. It's funny.
We're not gonna see Becky Lynch pinning CM Punk.
No, never. You would
But
never see that.
What it should be.
Yeah.
Like crazy like that.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying there's a big difference between what they were doing and what AEW did.
Yeah, that's because that after that match, it felt like okay, the feud could have ended there, and that was it. Like I didn't need more.
Right now, all of a sudden, we're back to this months later because we're going to Chicago.
Yeah,
and she wasn't good in the ring, anyways. AJ Lee.
Yeah, I'm hoping it can work out. I want to see a good match.
Becky will win a Chamber, but lost at Mania to AJ Lee.
Yeah, so a lot of people think that AJ's going to fight her again at Mania and then win.
So Becky wins at Chamber, and
yeah,
isn't AJ going to win in her hometown?
I don't know. I think it might be a. I think they're going to let AJ chase it till Mania.
WWE 2K has intergender.
It does.
Well,
yeah, you can.
So you can do it on a game, but you can't do it
on the video game. You can literally just do 1v1, and you could be like Rhea Ripley versus Damian Priest.
I could be Naomi.
Yeah, and I could be Undertaker, and then you can fight.
Oh, that's more interesting to me than what happened. So, do we all agree? I'm not loving the Becky.
I'm hoping they can prove us wrong on next Saturday with a good match, a good wrestling match.
Okay, we talked about this. Now there are 4 guys in, which are Cody, Randy, Javon, and who am I missing?
LA Knight.
LA Knight.
I like the 4.
I like the 4. So of the 4, is that you're going to give it to Cody?
No.
Right? So how does Cody get in a main event?
I don't think he is. I don't think there's a storyline for Drew Cody. I think we're gonna get a Fatu interference and a Cody Fatu Mania match, and have a real match instead of that weird thing they did at Saturday main event. I think it's gonna be. I don't know who the next 2 guys are gonna be. I know that next week is Bronson Reed versus Grande Americano versus one more. I don't know if you remember who else was.
Penta?
No, Penta is the Intercontinental
champion. Yeah, I mean
number 1 contender, which I am hoping he wins that belt.
I think Penta will win it.
Yeah, I think it'd be great. He deserves it.
So I want to talk to you about the other big buzzy thing, and we all heard Dave Meltzer's Wrestling Observer Awards that came out, and how everybody's having a complete fit about it, and let's go over this. Okay. Wrestler of the Year is Mystico.
Okay. So I'm already seeing like 85 AEWs.
Young Bucks Tag of the Year. Hangman Best Interviews. I do agree with that. Promotion of the Year CML. Best Weekly Talk Show AEW Dynamite. Match of the Year Kenny Omega versus Gabe Kidd at Wrestle Dynasty. United States Canada MVP John Moxley.
I mean, this
best box office draw, John Cena.
That's the only WWE, right?
Feud of the Year, Hangman and John Moxley. Most Improved, Harley Cameron. Most Charismatic, John Cena. Bryan Danielson Award for Best Technical Wrestler, Zack Sabre Jr. the Bruiser Brody Brawler. He's got John Moxley like 10 times. Best flying wrestler. The only thing I do agree with is most overrated Jey Uso.
So literally, the worst everything was WWE, and then the best only one was John Cena for WWE.
And worst television announcer. This was the big thing that got everybody talking today on Sirius XM. Busted Open was Booker T. That how could they make him the worst television announcer? Now I have some things to say about that. But do we not agree? LJ, worst major television show was WrestlePalooza.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I agree with that. Most disgusting promotional tactic, WWE bringing back Brock Lesnar. Worst promotion of the year is WWE. Worst worked match of the year was Cody Rhodes and John Cena. That first match was not good. Worst television show, NXT.
I don't get it. This is like the stupidest list I've ever seen. It's a joke.
Tony Khan is the best booker.
Yeah.
Worst gimmick is John Cena. Best gimmick, Tony Storm.
Yeah, totally. That was the stupidest list I've ever seen.
And then Eric Bischoff comes out and goes, literally said the awards that it was 516 votes is for Booker T. And that he said, can you imagine if you get all these Wrestling Observer voters in a room, can you imagine what they would be like hanging out there for 1 or 2 hours? We'd have Dave Meltzer. They had Gunther they all look up to, and they look at the wrestling world through Dave Meltzer's lens. And everybody was panning Dave Meltzer.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Do you agree with that list?
No, I don't. It's just an AEW like everything. It's stupid. It's like it's just so obviously biased. You can't even look at it and like care about what he's saying. It's just not a normal list. Exactly. That's all it is.
Exactly. Yes. But there was some, I do agree Hangman is good. I do agree with a few of it. But Colleen says AEW is way better than WE lately. Debatable, I suppose.
Yeah. No, I always say, I mean, I don't really, yeah. Best match of the year is Cena AJ, for sure. That's my undoubt best of the match of the year.
It wasn't even on there.
Yeah. It's stupid. And it feels like he created awards just to put stuff for WWE. Like, how niche of a topic is worst promotional tactic of the year? He made that just to put WWE bringing back Lesnar.
Promotional tactic.
Like, that's such a specific thing. Like, obviously, he made that.
Rated as Beast Mordos. Best non-wrestlers, Don Callis. Best television announcer, Bryan Danielson.
I would say best non-wrestler is Adam Pearce.
I would say
Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman.
Like,
I was gonna say I don't love Bryan Danielson on the mic. Now, as far as Booker T, that was the big talk today. Do you think he's the worst wrestling announcer?
No, not even close. I like him better than Joe Tessitore on SmackDown. I think he's like really annoying. I think his voice is like so loud.
Joe Tessitore.
Yeah, I can't take it serious. It really bothers my head.
I mean, so that was the big thing. They were literally discussing it, and Bully Ray went ballistic.
Yeah, I would like to. I'm probably gonna go after this looking reactions.
He just literally tore Dave Meltzer to shreds.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably go back and watch videos.
I cannot believe that Booker T or any of these, like, it was exactly what you said. Like, it's so obvious he was looking for categories to put WWE in the crappy, like, right?
Yeah.
I mean, some of those AEW things were good.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're wrong, but I can't look at a list that has every single one as AEW or promotion, independent promotion. It's dumb.
It isn't even like our PWI discussion where there's people from different, you know.
Yeah, at least that they like try. This is like just a complete AEW fan fest.
So that was the other thing that came up. So what are you giving Raw tonight? I'm assuming you really liked it. I did not.
Yeah, I thought it was like a B+. I think it was really good besides the AJ part. But everything else, I thought it progressed, and I'm excited for next week.
Oh, one more thing. You know who else I think is funny and good? Is Kairi Sane.
Yeah, her and Asuka's, they've been doing good stuff.
So what is the upshot of that? Is Kairi Sane eventually gonna screw?
I don't know. I think they just kind of like the storyline of her just being like her minion. It's kind of funny. Yeah.
See, Candace gave it a C.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with you. Yeah.
I liked it.
Toni Storm, good pick. I agree. I think Toni Storm is so in a league by herself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's really good.
She's really good. And you did not see AEW Grand Slam. I watched the whole thing. You didn't see any of it.
I saw some highlights on like X and stuff. I wasn't able to watch it.
And it was the thing that was weird is they had Brody King versus MJF. And Brody King can't really move around. And it was like, it just was like, it was the main event.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hangman Adam Page came out at the end with the contract and threw it up because Hangman beat Andrade.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what happened. So now they go to LA to MJF and Adam Page.
It's gonna be a good match.
Which is good. Adam Page is great.
Yeah.
All right. So that's it. I think we did it.
Yeah.
I think we did it. All right. So I guess the next step here is what happens on SmackDown.
And then the go-home shows from Raw.
In on the next two in Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
And then it goes into Monday Night Raw with the last two spots.
Yeah.
Is anything obvious in the women to you who'll get it?
No, I have no idea. I like actually the women are like kind of open, I feel like.
All right, everybody, have a great week, and we'll be back. Thanks so much.